hopefully we are recording. What is up, guys? Like, fucking gravel. Don't know if we're recording or not, but hello everybody if we are. This is my first moto vlog. It's a shitty day in Canada. Surprise, surprise. I know it doesn't happen very often, because of course Canada, being the premium quality spot that it is, usually get super good weather. But anyways, guys, we are here. We are queer. Just kidding. I'm stuck at a light. Okay, so I'm back, guys, and I am just riding over to get my passport, which is weird, but I'm doing that. I just got off of summer school not too long ago, and being the generous guy I am, I have a car and a bike, so not just, ooh, sketchy ass, but I have a car and a bike. Being the nice guy I am, by the looks of things on the weather forecast lately, it looked like it was gonna rain, so brought my car and drove a couple of the guys home that I go to school with. But today's subject for today's vlog, guys, is just, it's gonna be all about me. Actually, it's gonna be kind of selfish, but I'll talk more about that on the way to the passport office here. Alright, how's it going, guys? We are back. Sorry about that, we had to make a little pit stop. Most important part about going to Service Ontario is that you have your passport to show. So, I needed that. But anyways, guys, like I promised, this is going to be a little about me video. We're just going to talk about a little bit about what I do and what I ride. So I guess we'll start with who I am. First things first, I want you guys to know my real name. So my real name, guys, unfortunately, isn't the new guy. So unfortunately, my real name isn't the new guy. My real name is Riley. I won't disclose the last name as of yet. Where I live, you guys are probably wondering. I don't know. Maybe this is the U.S. Maybe this is like Portugal. Maybe it's England. No, if you can read that guy's license plate, I live in Ontario, Canada. So I'm pretty much a year-round rider as far as Canada is concerned. I ride from when it stops snowing to when it starts back up again. And as you guys can see, I don't ride a dual sport. What do I ride? It's a It's a 2008 CBR 125. Ooh, this guy's sketching. It's a 2008 CBR 125. It's a beautiful bike. I don't know if you guys probably can't see it, but down there I have a performance can on it. That's why it sounds so good. I'll give you guys a couple of revs here in a minute once I get around this corner, and then I'll put my helmet up as well for you guys. So that's what she sounds like. So it's an 08. It's the red and black design. And you guys are probably wondering by my voice, how old am I? Well, I'm 17 years old, and once again, I live in Ontario, Canada. 17 years old. I go to school still full-time, but I also work full-time. So I think I want to do this as a hobby. As far as what I can tell, I mean, I've tried to make videos, a couple of them. I like editing. I like it. I actually don't mind editing. It's just the worst part is getting the videos right, I think. So, we'll see how it goes. We'll make a couple of videos. We'll see how the people respond. And, yeah, we'll go from there. So I work full-time. If you live in Ontario, anywhere around Ontario, and you order pizza, I know it sounds weird, but if you live in Ontario and you order any good pizza, you may have heard my voice before. Like I said, I'm a student, so I don't have a career or anything right now, but I have a job. But I'll just let you guys know that I live in Ontario, and we're stuck at another red light. Okay, but I'll just let you guys... Ooh, this guy's creeping. But, I'll let you guys know that I live in Ontario. Hotadot Mustang. And I work full-time, go to school full-time. And other than that, I'm a full-time rider. Now, I do have a cage, guys. I'm not one of those people who only have a bike. Unfortunately, Ontario, that's just not an option for us. If you've ever lived in Ontario or been to Ontario in the winter, you'll know that not having a cage, if you want to get around, is simply just not an option. I haven't got this many looks on a motorcycle in so long, just because of me having my helmet on. And it's vicious hot here in Ontario. It's vicious hot. And this guy's probably going to wave at me. But he might not, just because he's got a big bike and I got a small one. Let's see. Alright. Yeah, see, I'll do a video about the waves soon. Lots of motovloggers do this subject. But I want to chip in as well. Because people in other countries say they don't get the wave very often. I get the wave very frequently. If you live in Ontario, you will get the wave. Or if you go to Ontario, you will get the wave. It's just something that happens here. Just everybody supports other bikers. And you know what? Sometimes I even wave. It sounds funny, but sometimes I even wave to bicyclists. You know? Like, just because I can. But anyways, that's completely beside the point. So we've covered that. I'm 17. I ride a motorcycle. Full-time as far as Canada is concerned. I try to ride for about 9 months of the year. Which is hard to do in Ontario when winter happens for like, 4 or 5 months. But I will be out when there is, I know how stupid it sounds, but when there's snow on the ground, not on the road, but when there's snow on the ground, I will be out. As long as there's no snow on the road, I will be out and gladly riding my motorcycle and having people cut me off and all that fun stuff. Wow, look at this guy's jog. Super majestic. But, so I go to summer school full-time. I'm gonna be making shitloads of vlogs next month, guys. If you've ever been to Ontario, we have this beach, not too far from us. It's called Sauble. Sauble Beach is not far from where I live. And I'm doing a ride out there, so I'll definitely make a video out of that. So I worked at a motorcycle shop. I was not an apprentice, but just an assistant. So that was kind of weird. I fucking hated it, guys. Excuse the profanity, but I hated it. My boss, I don't know if any of you guys, I guarantee you anybody who's watching this, but I don't know if any of you guys have had just absolute shit bosses. But I'll tell you a little story about mine. right now. We'll just integrate this right into the welcoming vlog, just because it has to do with bikes, and you know what? Fuck it. I feel like talking about it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So I had this boss. I'm not gonna name him. I'm not gonna name him. Actually, I had two shitty bosses at the same time. Believe it or not. But I worked for a motorcycle shop. That was for school that I worked there. I worked there full time, plus another job on top, so that I could keep having money for insurance. So I worked two separate jobs. I worked, that job, and I worked for we'll just say a general labor contracting company is who I worked for. The guy looks homeless as fuck. A general labor contracting company is what we'll call it. I know it wasn't really a general labor contracting company, but we'll say that's what it is, because the name of the company actually has the owner's name in the name of the company. So I'm not going to tell you guys, because he was a fucking douche. Both of these guys who I worked for were both extremely douchey. So I'll tell you about the bike shop first, and then I'll tell you about the other labor. I'll just tell you the main story about the bike shop. So I worked at this bike shop for free. I wasn't paid labor, so he didn't have to pay me. And told me that it was cool if I showed up whenever. Like, he didn't care, because I wasn't paid labor. So it didn't matter to him like what times and what dates I showed up and stuff. But anyways, this is Service Ontario, so I'm gonna have to go in and